apologize for the absence. But, you know, it takes a long time. So I could use a little break, but, you know, Adam and Ava and Andrew, you know, they've already picked up the slack, so big props to all of them. But I'm back, and we are talking about Yamato's 160 scale Macross Plus YF-19, one of my favorite Macross mechas from one of my favorite Macross anime. And it's very cool. It's got its shortcomings, as with all Yamato products, but you know, knowing is half the battle, and if you come into this knowing a few things about it, then the shortcomings aren't that bad. So let's point out a few things in fighter mode here that are interesting. Okay, first thing we got down here is we have the landing gear, which retracts. Has a little toe bit in front, and both the doors open and close. The intakes have covers that are removable, so when it's in fighter mode, the covers are off. You add them on and you transform them. You can leave them on all the time, of course, like I did in some of the photos. The wings, you know, can move a little bit. On the underside, you'll see that there are two cannons on either side of the fuselage. It's a nice touch. The landing gear is metal with rubber tires. Rear landing gear looks like it should come more farther than it does. I haven't wanted to break it, but you know, it does a good job where it is. Works out good. It's all plastic, almost no metal aside from, you know, a couple of connector parts and the landing gear, but it feels pretty solid. You know, it's not floppy in fighter mode. It's pretty good. So the cockpit can open, and this little piece can push down to give you some room, and it kind of loosens up the nose a little bit. I'm sure I'm doing it wrong, but the cockpit opens. The Isamu Dyson figure can come out, but as you can see, there is some really nice cockpit detail in there. So nicely done there. Those little red pieces on the side are translucent, so the light will reflect through them or shine through them. And let's see. We'll show you some comparisons to the other, some other Valkyries, so you can get a gauge. The first thing we're going to compare it to sidewise is the VF-25 Ozma Valkyrie. It's about the same size. The Ozma is not as bulky, but it's just as long. But you can definitely see the design influence between the two, I think. The way the feet function in the back, the location of the rear and design of the rear tail fins, the front body design, even the cockpit is kind of similar, but they're, you know, generations apart. I think in you know, series one was from Macross Frontier, one's from Macross Plus. So and they're from two different manufacturers, Bandai versus Yamato. But we also have another one I recently reviewed on the site, is the 160 VF1D Trainer, and these are in scale. So you can see, let me get a good camera angle here, a massive size difference between the two of them. The 1D just feels so tiny in comparison to the 19. It just feels so light and inconsequential. But I mean, it is a fantastic toy, you know, the 1D, but the 19 is just designed to be a bigger vehicle. There's more behind it. The pilot is so far up front, and there's all of this behind it, whereas the 1D is probably more evenly balanced. But hey, what can you do? So there's a, yeah, there you go. There's a quick comparison of the two of them. So I am gonna do some of the transformation on camera. Well, I'm gonna do it all on camera, and we'll see how it goes. And if it doesn't last forever, you know, maybe I'll edit it down. So go walk mode is pretty easy. So the first thing we have to do, of course, is landing gear folds in. very easily. On the nose here, this goes down. Actually, this goes in first, and the knees go in. It fits a little better, a little more flush for some reason. Little molding issues here. They don't see they're not quite perfect, but they're such small parts. You know, I can forgive it, I guess. You know. All right, so I'm gonna wing it here, kind of, so you can release the wing from the side, and we're going to pull the leg out and down. Okay. And now with the foot, pull it out. All right. Let's do it again on the other side. Pull the wing out. You can see how we're kind of we're extending this whole leg joint here, and then the feet come out like so. We can fold the rear wings. Have a neat thing where they come out and go up and in. So we'll do that real quick. Out, up, and in. All right. So while we have the wings just hanging, hold on, I'm going to adjust the camera so we can see what's going on a little better here. All right, that's pretty good. Okay, so for the sake of transformation, I'm going to take the shield off. You can leave it on the arm. It just plugs in, but like I said, for the sake of doing this kind of somewhat easily and quickly, this comes around. Now this is the arm joint's really interesting. See how it comes down? There's kind of a couple of strange joints here. This is the one to pay attention to. Basically, I'm going to kind of line it back up and pull this shroud down, and then you basically have the arm. You can open this and break the hand. So if you'll notice, I just broke a big piece off the hand doing that. Alright, time for a break while I get some super glue. So one of your essential toy reviewer tools is super glue, and I like this method because it has a stopper in here that keeps it from clogging up on you. So put a little dot of glue right there, and the piece will go this in. There you go. Hold it there for a minute, and as super glue is known to do, it will be bonded in seconds. Okay, so let's not repeat that on the other side, but so we go out, down, and there's that kooky arm joint again. We make it so that goes back in like so, and we bring the shroud down. Okay. Now notice I got a hand over the top here. You don't want this whole mechanism flopping all over the place, and I'll explain why when we go into battle royale mode. So let's see if I can do this without breaking another hand. I can see what happened. The fist got caught. Yeah, that one worked fine. Alright, so when you have those hands out, you bring the wings back up, and voila, something of a Gorok mode. So the 19 has never had the most I don't know, graceful Gorok mode, but this one does pretty much the best that you're gonna get with it. It has nice swiveling upper legs. The thing I like is still that this whole top portion doesn't like lock in anywhere. So I mean, it'll sit there and it'll look good, but it just has to sit there. There's nothing really more supporting it than, well, what you see. So that got out of whack there for a minute. Yeah, Gorok mode. Nice, but you know, could use a little improvement, I think, with a few more locking tabs. So next I am going to go into Battleroid mode, which a lot of the hard work is already done here. But I have to stress a few things. So first thing we're going to look at is the front. You want to bring this tab here. Come on out. It's okay. That comes down. These kind of come around and snug to the side of the fuselage like that. This goes like that. And this whole assembly will pop up. Okay. See how that goes? Comes up and back. So you can see now how the center unit's going to go. Now, if you hold the Valk by this section, it will come crashing down onto the floor and pretty much ruin your entire day. It has happened to me. It frustrated me to no end. I really swore many times, but now that I understand how you have to hold it underneath and have a grasp on the top, you're in good shape. So you just bring it around over the top, turn around the head, bring it down. Hey, crazy legs. Straighten and re-collapse your legs. Bring the wings out and back. And flip this little thing up here. And basically, there you go. That's actually pretty cool. So, I mean, it's not wicked hard to do. It's a lot easier than the 21. It looks pretty great. But it's just that, like, you need to know to hold the top part. And not to hold it by the top part, but to brace it somehow. Really. That's pretty much it. So, about we're out of tape here. So I will go through articulation and some gimmicks in just a moment. Which will actually be no moment to you, but for me it'll be a moment. And now I'm babbling. Alright. You have it all transformed. The YF-19 looks really great. I'm really digging it. You just gotta get over that initial kind of shock when the whole thing comes crashing down to the floor when you held it wrong the first time. After that, you're good to go. So the 19 is very tall. I don't know, it's maybe a foot tall. Phenomenal detail all around. They did just a fantastic job. It's got great articulation. Comes with a gun. The gun fits into the hand with on a peg system. So you can see the holes there. The peg goes in the hole. Fingers wrap around the gun. Wrist can move. The gun, it could be more straight, I think. This back part is removable for some reason. I don't know why, but I'm not going to mess with it too much right now. But it is removable. Clicks nice. This side has the shield. Shield is very firm. Stays on, looks good. The legs have a really spectacular range of articulation. You have, of course, this joint right here. Then you have the knee joint. And this actually can rotate right there. And then you have the feet, the little thrusters in the bottom. And they, can do all they need to do. The head, let's go up to the head here, is very cool. And in a kind of an Easter egg, they have it so that the top of this comes off. So you can kind of see the inner working, which is another nice little surprise that I kind of wasn't expecting. This moves if you wanted it to for any reason. So, generally, really good. Once again, I have to say, once you know what to expect from it, you are pleasantly surprised. So there's one or two weak points to the design in Batroid mode. One is underneath here. You can see this panel here. There's supposed to be a little tab under here. So you can kind of see the tip of it. It's supposed to go into a hole on the bottom here, but there's no, like it should click or something. It doesn't. It's just kind of there. So that's a little lame. I mean, if you're not flying the thing around the room, you're probably going to be all set, but just a little annoying. I think the nose is a little protruding, a little too far perhaps. The nose of the ship comes out quite a bit. Be nice if you could kind of, get that to go in a little bit somehow, but doesn't. That's about all I have to say. It's really good, I think. I have also the fold and fast packs for this that I'm going to do in a separate review. So you have to look forward to a part 2 for the fold and fast packs. Yeah. All right. So there you go. Hopefully that is cool for you guys. You dug it. It's good to be back. It's good to kind of ease into it a little bit. You can view the full review, of course, at collectiondx.com. We love your comments. Leave them here on YouTube or on CollectionDX. Or you can email me at josh@collectiondx.com. So that's about it. We will see you later on.